The most common thing that people have been asking me in the comments, private message, and in general is, how much did you save before moving to Thailand? And the next question is always, how are you earning money? How are you sustaining yourself in Thailand? So I wanted to make a video just kind of addressing that, filling you in since I've talked about things in many different videos. I think it's good to put out a full video on it. So I moved back in November to Thailand from New York City, and at the time I had around $600 in my bank account, and I had already booked a flight one way, and I had booked an accommodation for 1 month as well, and then I had additionally $600 in my bank. So in total, realistically, the flight was pretty cheap at the time, and the accommodation was cheap as well. So in total, probably around $1,200. But just counting the amount that I had coming over here in cash was around $600. So like very little, obviously. Almost a negligible amount to even have in general. However, very necessary arriving with some money, of course. It's hard to recommend just jumping overseas if you have no idea of how you'll at least earn some money. So it was it wasn't a silly move, but it was a very risky move, I should say. It was a last-ditch effort. I decided to sort of try and see if I could make it and succeed, even though I have pretty much nothing at the time. Now, I do make some money. I had quite a successful tattoo business, and so I still have my Instagram account with around 40-something thousand followers. And so to this day, I still just book tattoos. I keep booking in New York City, now booking for February, March in NYC. Somebody will reach out to me, book a tattoo with me. And I tell them, hey, I've permanently stopped tattooing. I'm now working with another artist from the studio to tattoo all of my designs. And I'm just focusing on the design work. And so that is now my current gig. And it's, how well I do is directly correlated to, one, uploading a design every single day. So continuing to make tattoo design every day, upload it to Instagram, and also to engage with random accounts. And essentially I'm going around liking people's photos for 1 hour, 1 hour and a half every day. So I will look at some different tattoo artist account, see who follows them, and go through that list and like people's photos. And that gets my name in front of people's notifications, puts me in their algorithm a little bit for Instagram to show them my stuff. And then they can like it, maybe follow me from there. So that's how I've always gotten clients tattooing. That's how I built my Instagram, is religiously doing that for an hour and a half a day for 5 days a week, 6 days a week. And that puts you in the algorithm, or at the very least, you're getting seen by a bunch of people that you wouldn't have seen you. You would have never popped up in their notifications. And so that's the bread and butter. So when I stop doing that, or if I fall off of the consistency doing that, I stop booking tattoos. I stop getting requests. I stop earning money. And so that is my primary focus right now, is to, at the very least, keep that going so that I can earn the little money that I am earning from that. You know, this is a tattoo business that was maybe once $20,000, $25,000 US in a month was potential to earn that, you know? And now I'm kind of limited to how much I can make from it, even if I am booking a lot. So probably now I can earn around anywhere between $850 and $1,500 in a month. You know, usually around $1,000 to $1,500, which is enough to get by on and live on here in Thailand, many places in Southeast Asia. You know, even just getting stuck in Bali for 2 months, I can live on the, you know, salary that I have at the moment. So I think 1,000 is a baseline to be comfortable here. You know, comfortable, not luxuriously, but still everything you need. So that is essentially right now until I get monetized, which is my goal. Turn YouTube into a full-time gig. Keep growing it and expanding on the content I'm making. For now, I just have this tattoo business, this digital tattoo business now. And it still works quite well. You know, people still want my work and my designs. And I'm happy to have somebody who can tattoo them for me and, you know, take 60, 70%, 80% of the money. It works well. I don't know. I think if I didn't have that, I'd otherwise would have needed to find local work, either teaching English. That was my alternative move. I did interview and get an English teaching job here in Bangkok, which offered $1,100 US per month. And I thought about it and I wasn't sure, you know. And I've been trying to put most of my time into YouTube that I can. And I just didn't want to have my 9 to 5 every day taken up by teaching. No, it would be fantastic to have 1,100 base salary right now, actually. It would make this a lot less stressful of a time, but I think I would more and more start to feel stuck in that spot, you know, and would have more trouble to build a YouTube and get out of that spot. So I made that choice for now to kind of go all in on YouTube and my little side hustle to get by, instead of almost reverting back to like a corporate gig, reverting back to like a full-time job. Not reverting back, I guess I've never actually had a corporate job like that, or a 9 to 5 in general. So, you know, I'm not opposed to it. I think I'd be good at it and it would be fine, actually. But I just don't see myself doing that long term. So I decided not to do it. I turned it down. Is that a good move? I don't know. I think if I want to get an English teaching job, that I could quite easily do some more interviews and find another company. Although they did seem like a really good one. They're out there, you know. So yeah, that's that. I don't recommend moving with 500, 600 US dollars and no plan. It will create stress. And yeah, but there are, you know, in those moments you always figure something out. You realize you need to earn money. You need to build something quickly. You need to do some freelance work, whatever that is. And so when the time comes, you will get crafty. Yeah, I'd like to put most of my focus into freelance / entrepreneurial endeavors, you know, that I can build into more and more income long term. If I could make $2,000 to $3,000 per month consistently here, I will have money to have a nice apartment, all the food I need, a motorbike. I can travel around Southeast Asia still. No problem, you know, no problem. I've sort of realized over the past few months what it takes financially to stay here and to even to move around, to travel quite a bit. Yeah, you know, 2,000 to 3,000. That's what I'm going to shoot for. So this year, that's my goal. By the end of the year, to be earning 2,000 US dollars per month from the channel, which is a lot, which is a lofty goal for 1 year. But we'll see, you know, we'll see. There's no pressure to get to any specific subscriber amount or, you know, monthly earnings amount. It would just be it's a nice thing to shoot for and have a target set for myself. You know, I don't care too much about the subscriber count. You know, it doesn't really mean much. It's just like a vanity metric. You know, it would be cool, I think, to, in the first year, let's say, I don't know, 30 to 50,000 subscribers. It feels like a lofty goal, but it also feels like I don't want to shoot for less than that. You know, and if I ended up with a $500 per month revenue source with YouTube, even by the end of the year, I would be quite happy. Maybe it's short of my goal, but it's still something I'd be pretty content with at the moment. But let's see where things go. You know, see where things go. I'm gonna stay in Pattaya for now, simply because it's cheap and it just makes things easy, you know. So you'll see as I start to become able to, I will be moving around more, and that will determine, you know, where I am. The Bali thing was just kind of a random, hey, I'm gonna go check out Bali again, see how things are, see if I want to maybe move back there instead of Thailand. So I'm gonna go for 1 week. And so the whole being stuck there for 2 months thing, that was sort of a random occurrence. And it set me back a lot with my financial state, you know, and my goals with traveling and the channel. But it's not a big deal, you know. It is what it is. I can only complain so much about, oh, I was stuck in Bali for a period of time. I had to make content in Bali. It's fine. It's whatever. But I had anticipated by this point maybe I would already be monetized. Maybe I would have hit 1,000 subscribers. It doesn't matter though. I'm really glad that the subscribers started to increase again. You know, I'm getting more traction and people are commenting. People seem genuinely interested in the content. So, hey, I'm gonna keep doing it. I've really been enjoying making content and having a platform. So, yeah, it's been great experience. I do recommend anybody who's thinking about doing YouTube to start doing it. Yeah, I've mentioned this before, but yeah, it's just been an awesome thing to have, especially when you're traveling alone overseas. Hey, I mean, it's great. Not only are you documenting your own story, you know, to have something like this for your friends and family, I think is enough. It makes it worthwhile enough. And for yourself to look back at, it's nice, you know. And so to have additionally, you know, you're building a community around it. You're actually building fans around just filming what you're doing day to day. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's very cool. And I wish I would have started several years prior, just doing videos in New York City and doing content when I travel here, you know. That would have been great. So yeah, better sooner than later. As soon as you can start, freaking do it. That's it. Mostly I wanted to make this video addressing those those questions. You know, every single video I have a comment about how did you move there, or how are you surviving. I get a lot of DMs on Instagram now too, from people who are thinking about moving or whatever it is, you know, have traveled many times over and kind of wondering if like they can make it work, or if they should, you know, come over here with like such little amount of money. I think since the options are low with work here, yeah, don't put yourself in too difficult of a situation. You know, try and line something up, or figure out some type of plan, business plan, that you can try when you come here. Don't plan on coming here and figuring it out while you're here. That's going to be more difficult, for sure. Windy today, very windy, so I apologize if there's wind on the microphone. I still do not have a microphone, and so, you know, I will say from my experience and my research, Thailand is not the cheapest option, for sure. Like, you could easily live cheaper in Vietnam or Cambodia. Laos would be cheaper. And so I've thought about going to one of those countries just to have like a cheaper rent. You know, you can go to Da Nang, Vietnam, still be by the beach, and you can even rent an Airbnb for $350 US a month for like a nice Airbnb. So once you start looking at the real condo prices there, and you see, oh, I could get something for $150 a month, $180 a month for the same thing I'm getting in Thailand, you know, it makes me think about it. But ultimately, you still want to live somewhere you enjoy and have things to do. And yeah, maybe Vietnam is still a good option for that. I actually haven't been there, so it's just mostly from hearing people talk, meeting people, and doing research about it, you know, watching videos on these places. So I need to explore a little bit more before I determine if Thailand is like the spot that I will stay for the long term. I think so far it's the best option. Yeah, certain things can get a little bit more expensive, especially on the tourist side of things. If you do Airbnb or just stay in like super popular areas, yeah, it's getting a little more pricey in general, but it's not expensive by any means. I've also thought, like, yeah, I want to live in Bangkok. It's a great option, and it's just like, it does have a lot to offer, but the accommodation prices are high. So even for like a big city like that, I would consider trying, like, you know, I'd like to try Kuala Lumpur and see if, yeah, I could have a nice life in that city for like a same price as Thailand, because you get to go for 3 months at a time, and it would make things very easy to stay 3 months, leave, come another 3 months. That means you just spend 6 months of the year with one visa run. It just makes things a lot easier, and you're not coming in and out of the country as much to reset your visa. And from what I've read, there's not too many issues in staying there long term. So we'll see. Philippines as well is like another option for long-term stay. I think I've become less interested in it after reading so much and seeing so many comments from people who just think, especially who've gotten to know me, I think through the videos, started to think, oh, it's probably not the place for you. You know, you just seem to get a little bit less for your money. And if you want anything fancy, if you want any luxuries and amenities and like a high quality of life for the money, high quality of food for the money, people tell me it's not the move. And that pretty much everywhere else in Southeast Asia can offer more for your money. So that's where I'm at now. I've sort of left on, oh, okay, I love Thailand, and so that's my like go-to, right? But I'm very eager to see some of these other places in Southeast Asia and get a feel for if I could set up a home base there. Because I'm also eager to set up a home base somewhere, sign a 12-month contract. And I want to do that in Pattaya because I want to get a cheap monthly rate, you know, and it would help me get out of a financial hole and kind of build from it. But I don't really want to commit to 1 year here, so we'll see about committing to like a smaller length of time, like 6 months, and still spending some time outside of Pattaya during that time, you know. But yeah, as great as traveling around is, still need a place for your stuff. Yeah, to me, it's like you still need a place to call your own, and yeah, a place to go back to, even if not all the time, that you feel comfortable in, and you can decorate a little bit, and yeah, that feels good. So I'm trying to get to a point where I have that, and I'm also traveling. Yeah, let's see. Pattaya is not the place I want to stay long term for good, but it's also a nice place to stay for long periods of time as well. So it's almost like a little bit of a means to an end, or a good middle ground, a good resting point to try to build financially and still kind of enjoy my time here and have an easy day to day. You know, that's what Pattaya really is. It's an easy lifestyle, and everything is pretty cheap. And you can say what you will about maybe the social scene or the nightlife and all of this, but you kind of ignore that. You just focus on yourself. Yeah, it has something for everybody, and it fits me for now. Yeah, sorry for rambling here. It's just the things that are on my mind at the moment. It's nice being back to the legal cannabis, I don't want to say capital of the world, but you know, it's become something of just a crazy place for that compared to anywhere else that I've been, for sure. And it's probably more rampant, and yeah, it's probably gotten more out of hand than anywhere else it is legal or available. So it's interesting, very interesting. You know, it's even a little bit more rampant than the scene in New York City, which has become a little bit of a free-for-all. So I'm curious to see where that goes in the next few months. I don't really let it affect my decision on like if I would choose Thailand as like a home base or a long-term place. I think it's nice to have, and it's a great thing to be able to enjoy while here, you know. But I won't not move somewhere else because they don't have weed or something like that. But enjoy it while it's here, while it's still fully free and recreational. I mean, hey. Okay, I think I'm gonna end the vlog here. So I will see you tomorrow, and enjoy your night.